Am I the asshole? For telling my many half-siblings that I am not signing up to be responsible for everyone? The title might lead to some confusion, so I'll try to make this clear. I am the oldest of my dad, aka sperm donors, many children that he's had throughout the last 25 years. As of right now, I am the oldest and have been known as the oldest for the last 25 years. My mom was married to him when she found out he was cheating. She kicked him to the curb during her pregnancy with me, and right after I was born it was announced he was expecting baby number 2 with his affair partner, and one of my half-siblings was born a little while before my first birthday. I did not grow up having a relationship with any of these children because my mom expected more than photo ops from my dad. She expected him to be a parent and help pay for what I needed. But he didn't want that. None of the other mothers of his kids chased him, so I was cut off by him and he floated around, never really working and being in and out of the lives of his other children. I did meet some of my halves when I was a teenager, and I wasn't really interested in forming a relationship like they were. It was weird because the ones who reached out were not much younger than me but expected me to take over as sort of the head of the family and the male role model. When I turned 20, a bunch more of them became known to me, 12 new, which made for 15 known at that point. A lot of them were kids, so I didn't want to be a jerk and reject them harshly, so I spoke to their mothers and told them I was not going to be this amazing big brother their kids wanted. A couple of years ago I was like, you know what, fine, and I joined a group chat with the siblings over the age of 13. I'm not very active, but I figure it would be good to at least know about these people so nothing ever happens there. It was that worrying for me that when I met my fiancée we actually did talk to her parents and get a DNA test done because I have so many half out in the world that it's scary. Last week there was a situation with my halves that became a little explosive. They were asking why I hadn't talked about my wedding with them. The half closest in age to me found out through social media, and it became a big deal that they were not going to be invited, and then it turned into, you're the oldest, you should be stepping up and acting as the head of the family and making sure you are there for all halves we have or find in the future. I told them that was not happening and I'm not signing up to be responsible for everyone. They said I act like us having each other isn't a good thing. I told them I would never have chosen this, to have halves coming up that'll be over 20 years younger than me, halves maybe even older than me for all we know, and never knowing if the people I meet could be my half-sibling. I told them I am not our sperm donor and I will not take responsibility for this. They called me an ass and said I should embrace this huge family. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, I'd do the same in your shoes. Your sperm donor is a real piece of work. Not the asshole. You can't replace your deadbeat father's responsibility. They all have mothers they can look up to. Go live your life and be as involved or as little as you want. You can't be held down by your father's lack of self-control. Not the asshole. Do they think the fact that your bio dad cheated on your mom while pregnant, which no doubt caused pain to you both throughout your lives, somehow transfers onto your shoulder some half-baked role of village elder or tribe leader? Where on earth does this idea come from? Not the asshole. It's idiotic to think that you should have some kind of responsibility for all of these strangers, yet their father isn't expected to have any. Not the asshole. How many mothers are involved in this fiasco? Where do you live? I don't understand how the prospect of single motherhood with a philandering absent parent was appealing to so many people. When we were in our stroppy teens, my half-sister used to say, just because my dad had sex with your mum, doesn't mean I have to like you. Not the asshole. You were a bit brusque in your delivery, but I don't think you're being unreasonable at all. They're transferring their fantasy mental picture of an idealized parental figure onto you, given their father is clearly never going to step up. That's not fair to you. You're not obliged to forge a family with them. Continue to set clear boundaries, though for the sake of avoiding future regret and just to be a good human, I suggest doing so politely but firmly. That sounds like a huge cluster bomb. And not even remotely your responsibility. Your dad is a piece of work. Not the asshole. What they're refusing to acknowledge is that you are owed just as much paternal attention from your missing father as they are demanding from you. He didn't pour paternal love and guidance and support into you at the expense of denying them. You are just as bereft of his affection as they are. So with you they can either form a community of mutually supportive biologically related humans in which you all give to the benefit of each other and all receive benefit in return. Or they can spend their lives disappointed and cut off. Not the asshole. Your father abandoned you. It's not up to you to raise kids of a man you didn't grow up with. Why would you want to have him out your life on hold when he didn't for you? Fuck that. Not the asshole. I guess they're looking for a male role model. But to be honest, it's kind of strange to just assume a near stranger is going to fill those shoes. But this probably not based on realism, but on wish fulfillment. I remember that there was some fear of a sibling showing up when my dad died, as I have two half-siblings that came out of my dad cheating, and there was even speculation that these kids wasn't even his. They made a DNA test on my sister when she was a baby and she was, but PPL was still side-eyeing my brother. I cannot imagine having over 15 siblings out there and understand completely the fear, like holy crap. Not the asshole, and you're not your dad. Ain't your responsibility, trust me, I know. Not the asshole. Personally, I wouldn't be in contact with any of them. Unless those women are rich and just want a child, they are all insane. At least the ones after the third baby mama. Assuming that they knew your sperm donor is a deadbeat. Did they all have a mindset of being the almighty one, with the power to remove the deadbeat nature of your sperm donor? I pity those children that has a mother that went to try their luck the second time. Nta. Geese, who was your dad? James Brown or Manel Berger? All seriousness, though, it isn't your job to be the new head of the family, not like your dad ever was. You may be half related to these people, that doesn't make them your family. More like a really uncomfortable social club. As someone who just got out of this situation, you're not the asshole. I get wanting to know your siblings, but expecting your brother to step up because dad is a deadbeat is wild. If I were you, I'd tell their mothers I am not responsible for any of your children. If they cannot accept the fact that I don't want a personal relationship with them, I will be removing every one of them from any form of contact with me. It's concerning their mothers aren't doing anything about this. OMG. I can't believe people like your sperm donor exist. However, in no way are you responsible for the results of his action. I'd be tempted to go and see not the asshole. Not the asshole. And I would consider pulling back from them. Their expectations aren't realistic. And don't post anything about your wedding online. Or really tighten up who can see your info. LOL, what in the hillbilly hell is this story? Man, I'll never understand how a man like your dad can keep finding women to sleep with him without using birth control. WTF? Anyway, I say not the asshole. The situation sucks for your siblings in that I can see they want to connect. But you aren't obligated to be the leader or even be involved. Not the asshole. You are not these kids' father, and their own father didn't provide what they are demanding you give them. I dunno where they are picking up this entitled gimme me, we're family, you owe us from. Could be from their mothers, could be your father, could be their culture, or could be they're all opportunistic little hustlers. It's mind-boggling to think some individuals you barely know are grousing because they weren't included in planning your wedding. They can embrace their huge biological family without you being in it. There certainly are enough of them. Not the asshole. You do not owe them anything. It seems like they want you to fill the paternal figure hole in their lives. Seek your peace. Not the asshole. Good lord, that's too many halves. Parents and siblings are the relations we as humans never signed up for and have to be there for. But that doesn't mean you have to navigate through so many halves. It's essential to set and communicate your boundaries respectfully and clearly. Remember, you're not obligated to fulfill roles or responsibilities that compromise your well-being or personal values. Take time to understand your limits and communicate them calmly and kindly to those involved.